Welcome back. It's been a
To
week.
You're Just Like Me.
I'm just like you.
Yes.
Yes, I can see. Um, anyways, Flea, how's your week been? I saw that you
It's been
finished a print.
fine. I don't know,
Did you
just
have a good critique?
yeah, it was fine. Um I had to
Did
do
you do
like
the heart-shaped blush?
yeah, I did. That's what the
Good.
pictures were from. I had to do a chiaroscuro print, so it was I think I had 4 shades of gray and then one white shade. So
Mhm.
it took a lot of printing. Actually, the
Yeah.
worst part though was just lining up each print, because they're like on top of each
Oh
other.
yeah.
So like a lot of mine are like really off, but I'm like just trying to embrace that they're off.
Honestly, that's a vibe though most of the time. Like I kind of like it when things aren't quite what's the word? Registered correctly. Haha.
Yeah.
I did go to graphic design school. I do remember things.
Oh. Um I mean, it just bothers me on a couple. The main thing that bothered me was like the double eyes, but the rest of the stuff, like I thought it was fine when it was shifted. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just it's just complex. But that doesn't matter. So, tell me, did you listen to Halsey's album yet?
I didn't. I'm sorry. I failed
No.
you.
I've been listening to it all week, so.
I'm sorry. I've been mostly listening to podcasts right now. I'm not in a music mood recently. I don't know what's
Mm,
wrong with me. I've just been I guess I've just been kind of lonely, so I've been wanting to hear other people talk, if that makes sense.
no, I get it. Like I've been
Yeah.
listening I started listening to Critical Role, the podcast.
Yes. Yeah, I've been meaning to start that one. Is it
Um
good?
it's pretty good. I just start like I was gonna start at their first campaign, but like I felt like I would rather listen to something more recent, so I started the second one, which is still like a
Mhm.
year or two old at this point. So I just started it, and like it's kind of confusing because I don't really know that much about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm just kind of like I like to have the background noise, so.
Yeah.
But I've been like I think I've listened to like 6 or 7 episodes. They're like
Oh, that's
they're
cool.
really long though because they like live stream them for like 3 or 4 hours. So
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could handle that. I I don't know, once a podcast gets over an hour and a half, I become disengaged.
yeah, but I don't. And
Or I need a changing topic, at least.
not really for me, because like I could listen to My Favorite Murder for like 8 hours straight. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that too, so
It
no
sounds
judgment
like
here.
you have a lot of thoughts about the Barbie Diaries, so I'm kind of interested.
I have so many
I
thoughts.
was
Let's just jump
okay.
into it.
I was actually gonna say I thought this movie was kind of a pleasant surprise, like it was kind of good, but you sound like you hate it.
Okay, I don't okay, here's the deal. I took I told Felicia this as we were setting up recording, but I took 2 days and 3 different sessions to watch this movie just because it was okay, I liked the music. It was just in general very mid 2000s, which I also
It was the
enjoyed.
definition of the early
It was
2000s. Like
yeah, it was bueno.
it really had like to me vibes of like kind of like those not like Disney Channel, but like kind of like that movies. Like it reminded me a lot of like the
Oh
Cheetah
yeah.
Girls
Oh my god.
and
Cheetah Girls.
that kind of stuff. Don't you think? It had like the same
Yes.
vibe.
Yeah.
And something else, but I can't remember exactly. It was just very like I don't know. What are some of the other movies from that time
Um
that are like
I don't know.
musicals?
Oof. I feel like, High School Musical was kind of around that time, but that's a Disney one and you were aiming for not Disney. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of made for TV children movies, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was younger cuz we didn't have I didn't have cable until I was in high school and by then all that stuff was over. But
There's a movie that I can almost think of, but I can't remember what it's called.
mhm.
Shoot, what is it? It's like one of those other ones, where there's like a clique of girls and then they're
Yeah.
singers. I don't
I believe you.
I can't think of it. Maybe it is the Cheetah Girls. um
Maybe.
oh, okay, so like I've never seen this movie before. I like actually don't even think I've ever heard of it before. Like when I was looking it up, I was like, "Whoa, this is so like different." Because it's very different than all the other Barbie movies.
It is. And I feel like that's what really threw me about it, and that's why it took me so long to like get through it. Was okay, so I didn't take any notes on this, so you're gonna have to be doing most of the heavy lifting with like the plot analysis and everything like
Okay.
that.
I took a
Unfortunately, I'm
lot of
sorry to do that to you.
notes. I like really like
Perfect.
wait, I think I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages of notes. But
Wowfully,
this is like a
I
half-size notebook, so it's not a full notebook.
okay, yeah, perfect. Um, yeah, but I think my thing with it was that it felt like it would be like a very basic, like high school movie.
Mhm.
Like it felt so much like it would just fit into that genre, and it felt so weird to have that being Barbie.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
it.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was very different, but I like that's kind of why I liked it cuz like it almost felt like I don't know, it's kind of like the most real movie I guess we've seen so far. Wait,
Yeah,
is it the only one that's modern day we've seen?
yeah.
Yeah.
The only one that's not like like where the like vignette isn't like modern day. You know?
Okay, so I'll start into what I wrote then.
Okay.
Okay. So
And I'll just toss in like small snippy side comments as we go.
so it starts off with Barbie's like singing and it's weird they're
Mhm.
like singing in like a void. Like they're all playing music but like the background's all white and like they're like
I thought that I had accidentally like stumbled into like the wrong thing at first. I was when I first saw it, I was like, "Wait, am I watching the right movie? Did I accidentally find like a collection of like Barbie like music videos or something?" Like I was worried that I found the wrong thing originally.
okay, so that's true. But like because like it's so different. Like I was like, what am I watching? But like the first thing we I noticed right away is that they're new character models for all the characters.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think I liked it. It was like a little bit more stylized and I like
Okay,
that.
I kind of
It felt
there are parts of it I liked, but other parts I thought were bad.
yeah. I didn't think the movement animations were very good. Um But I thought it was kind of fun because they to me, they almost looked more like dolls, if that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. Um,
Yeah.
so we start off with Barbie and her friends, who I kept forgetting the name of because they're very forgettable. um,
Tia is the name of the girl who wants to be class president, and I can't remember the other one's name.
yeah. So her and her friends are all hanging out, and then Kev, who is her boyfriend, not boyfriend, but boy who's a friend,
Her friend who is a friend.
who he like makes movies. He's like that kind of guy, you know?
Yeah.
And
Ugh. An AV club
yeah.
boy.
So
Almost as bad as a theater kid.
the four of them decide to go for like a drive and then they're all watching the sunset and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're starting sophomore year. Everything's going to change."
Like, oh my god. Yeah.
So they're like looking at the stars or whatever and then Barbie wishes that she's like, "I wish I could be the anchor for the school news station." And then I don't know. Tia, I guess, wishes that she could be class president, and then the other girl, the drummer, wishes that she could be a amazing drummer or whatever. I don't remember what she said.
Yeah.
She said something about being an amazing drummer, and
Oh, and I think one of my sorry, just because this is in the spot, the drummer girl, because they were all talking about what they did over summer vacation and everything like that, and she was like, "Ugh, I didn't waste my summer vacation. Look at this," and she like does like a drumming thing on the fence that they're sitting on, and then she flips one drumstick in the air, does a twirl, and then she like loses it somewhere behind her, and then she was like, "I guess I did waste my entire summer." So that was a shining light for me.
Um,
Sorry, continue.
so it's kind of like the cliche. Like I feel like a lot of movies are like this, where it's like right before their new school year, and they're all like, "Oh, everything's gonna change. I'm gonna be popular now." Why do I feel like
Yeah.
every like teen movie's like that? I don't know. This movie is extremely cliche, which did kind of bother me about it, but
I think that's what I think that more than anything is what like really like got my knickers in a bunch, if you excuse my French. Uh but like just cuz it felt cuz I mean I feel like like Swan Lake and Rapunzel and all of those movies that they've done that are based on something or based on like we'll call fairy tales a cliche really quick, but based on a cliche there's always like some twist or like change up or something like that. Like in Rapunzel she has a magic paintbrush and that's how she meets the prince. He doesn't ever climb her hair or anything like that. And like in Swan Lake she like turns into a real girl and stuff like that. I haven't seen the ballet in a while, so maybe she turns into a real girl in that one also. um But, like, I don't know, I feel like they are always kinda, like, switching it up at least a little, and with this one, it just felt very, like, by the numbers, like, high school mean girl
yeah.
kind of movie
Um,
where, like yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Um, it when you were talking, it reminded me of um that technically like Fairytopia and Mermaidia are like their first like original idea storylines, right? Because all the other ones were based on fairy tales. And then this one's like also probably their like completely original script, I guess. I guess the other ones like Swan Lake, obviously they basically remade it from scratch, but they took like the plot points and characters kind of from other stuff to make their like movie. Which I actually think in a lot of the upcoming ones, they do more like original ideas, or like they're kind of like fairy tales but very very loosely
Yeah.
based on them.
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like we're gonna have to or at least I'm gonna have to start, like, changing what my idea of, like, what a Barbie movie, in quotation marks, is. Just because, like, I feel like that was the main thing about this one that I was kind of like, was it was just like, oh, this feels so different. Barbie's not a princess. Barbie's not like, what? Like, Barbie's always a princess or a magic creature. Like,
Yeah.
what's up with this? What's up with the random dude friend who gets the girl at the end? That's not a Barbie thing.
Okay, yeah. So back to the plot. I kind of, well, my notes, I guess. I said that to me this game this movie had a kind of video game
Yeah, it definitely
graphics
did.
feel, kind of. Like when they walked into like high school, and like there was all these people running around and stuff, and they looked very like Sims
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like to me, like their animations. Um, so like right when they're getting into the parking lot, they find the perfect spot, but then this group of like the mean girls cuts right in, and then they insult Barbie's car, which is
Yeah.
like a pink
That, like,
car.
heap of junk or whatever they said, and it's like, what are you talking about? It's a convertible and it's pink and it's looks pretty good. Like,
It looks
oh
pretty
my god,
good,
all the
like
early
yeah.
2000s fashion in this also, like, ugh. Anyways,
Yeah. Okay, we learn that Barbie has a crush on this hot jock.
Todd?
What's his name?
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so proud of
Todd.
myself for
Yeah.
that.
And like you're right. I didn't write it
I
on this
pulled that
page,
out
but I
of
think
thin
I did
air.
on the other page. Which is extremely cliche. I think yeah,
Mhm.
he's on the football team cuz like he makes her watch the
Yeah.
practice later or whatever. Like that's what all the girls do. They like watch them
Is that what
practice.
people did in high school? I don't
um
think I ever watched anyone else practice.
and the okay, this really bothers me. His pants,
Okay.
Todd's pants were just like
Oh, yeah.
squares. Like he had like the girls' clothes looked okay, but I felt like the guys looked really bad. Like compared to the last movie, I thought what's his name?
Yeah.
Nalu?
Ooh.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. But like these guys look
They
really
look jank.
boxy and weird.
Okay, it's like the opposite of that.
Like their pants their pants look really bad. I don't know how to describe them, but they're very boxy and like they cover their shoes. So they're just like long
Yeah.
like jean
I mean, that was
colored
kind of like the
boxes.
style in the early mid 2000s. But
It just looks like they didn't spend
you
enough
know that
time on
whole
them to me.
like thing like in video games where they like when they don't have like very many if any like female models in the game, you know? And they're like, "Oh, well, it's too hard to like
Mhm.
create a whole new animation and animate women and like that kind of stuff, so we're only gonna have men." This is Barbie did the opposite. They're like, "Oh, we're only gonna
Yeah.
half-ass the event because like it's too hard to animate men."
I think so. I think
He looked
Kevin looked pretty
rough.
bad too.
All the
Um
guys looked rough, but really there were only
so
two guys.
oh yeah,
Oh, plus the
basically.
teacher.
So all oh yeah, I forgot about him. Um so we find out that all the popular people eat lunch on the lawn and like Barbie and her friends like aren't allowed to sit there cuz they're not
It's
cool enough.
just like I'm trying to remember back to high school and like is that legitimate? Okay, in middle school, there was this like concrete wall, which like it was like kind of like a retaining wall that went across the lawn of my high school. I mean, not my high school, of my middle school. And like people would sit there and like wait for the bus and like chat. And it was like kind of like a cool kid thing.
Mhm.
And like I did it a couple times and I was like, oh yeah, I'm cool. But by the time high school rolled around, I can't think of a single place that was like, oh yeah, that's where the cool kids hang out. The cool kids eat
Yeah.
lunch in the
I
West
feel like
Wing.
like like I feel like in a lot of these movies, and I'm sure some high schools are like this that are like
Mhm.
they're very clicky, but I feel like the cliques are kind of like in your
Yeah.
mind. Like they're not
Yeah.
really real. So like and like now that I'm in college, I kind of realize that like people have groups of friends, but like you don't have to like adhere to
Oh
the
yeah, you
clique,
might
you
like
know? I don't
I
know.
migrate around all the time, or I did in college, and I have different groups of friends here now, and I make them all hang out together. Like,
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like I guess Barbie's like
I think she says
15 or
16 at one
16,
point.
so she's still she's
Yeah.
still learning. But so like the evil girl
Raquel, yes, because
Raquel,
that's
is
the
that how you
name
say her
of
name?
the
Raquel?
evil girl in the Barbie Dreamhouse series. Only she has black hair in that.
Oh my gosh, is
Is
it the
she has
same
black
girl?
hair in
Is it
it,
the
but
same
yes,
girl?
it's supposed to be the same girl. Like Raquel's always Barbie's
Oh
enemy.
my gosh.
But oh my god,
Oh.
I
Okay.
okay, thinking about Life in the Dream House just made me want to watch that instead. Like, oh god, it's so good fully. Oh my god, wait. When
Okay, we'll
I
get
when
there
I
one
come to
day.
visit Oregon in March, will you watch it with me? Can we do a very
I
special
guess,
episode?
but should we take yeah, we can take an intermission, I guess, from the
Yes.
movies. Um So Raquel just like walks over to Barbie because Barbie's like staring at Todd and she's like, "Oh, I see you still have a crush on my
Yeah.
boyfriend." Which like is very like I'm surprised that Barbie saw
Yeah.
this. But um and then like Tia and the other girl that I think I wrote the name of on another page, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you used to
She's
be
like, "Yeah,
friends with
back in
her."
5th grade,"
Which
which
like
like
I'm kind of mad that they didn't go into
yeah.
this because I thought they were going to like become friends at the end, but
Yeah,
that
I
didn't
thought they were
happen
gonna like
really.
redeem her or something, you know? It feels
Yeah.
so okay, it feels so Mean Girls in like that kind of moment where it's like, oh, Janice was like friends with like Regina, but like not anymore because she called her a lesbian or whatever, you know? Yeah.
Mhm. Wait, have you heard that they're making a movie out of
I
Mean Girls
know.
the musical?
I want it. I want it so bad.
I want it. I'm
Yes.
okay with it. Some people I was reading like on Twitter and some people were like, "Ugh, they shouldn't mess with like a good thing or whatever." And I'm like,
I'm very
"I'm
here
here
for it.
for it.
No, it's
I
like
want it."
okay, it's a different thing than the movie and they can be separated and still both be good, you know?
Yeah. It's like kind of like a very complicated
Mhm.
concept, though, that they made a movie and then they made a musical and they're making a movie based
Yeah.
on the
It feels
musical.
very, like, meta.
Yeah. Um, so also right away I noticed that Raquel had the same voice actress as Nori. So which like I liked I told you in the last episode I liked
Yeah.
Nori's voice. So I was like, "Ooh, she's showing up
Yeah, maybe
again."
that's why I kind of, like,
Um
subconsciously liked Raquel more than I should have.
Raquel. But Raquel's like she has like no redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
So she like runs into the teacher who I don't particularly remember the name of. I'll find it later. But so there's this like cool teacher who like is kind of too invested in the news department, I feel like,
Yeah.
at their school. Um but he like hears about Raquel's like story ideas and he's like, you should be
Yeah.
the news anchor. And then Barbie's like really upset because that was
Yeah.
her dream. um like she's trying to talk to her teacher and then he's like, okay, you can become Raquel's
Mhm.
assistant, but you'll still be part of the team. um and then
And then
um
it turns out that Raquel breaks up with Todd because,
yeah, so
sorry.
um man, what's his name? Kevin.
Kevin's a fucking
Wait,
freak.
did I
He's
write?
just filming everyone.
Okay, he was recording cheerleading practice, and I was like,
This is sus.
um, yeah, I was like, is Kevin a
Kevin's a
perv?
perv. Confirmed.
So he's recording cheerleading practice, and then he shows Barbie, and Todd and Raquel are like having a fight, and then they
Yeah.
broke up. And then we see Barbie in her like fantasy dream world
Yeah.
daydream where everything's pink and like Todd's like falling in love with her and she's on the lawn and all this
Yeah.
stuff, right?
It's so weird. They only
Um
have the pink fantasy dream world like animated part of it for like the first like 20 minutes, I want to say. Like it just completely disappears after
yeah, like
that.
it like recurs like a couple times, maybe
Mhm.
like 3 times, but then like we don't
Yeah.
see it anymore. And oh, but then we have later in the movie we see Barbie's nightmare world. So that's kind of like the
Yeah, I
opposite
guess
of
so.
this,
Yeah.
right? um And so she sees Todd because he's like by her locker and they have like a really awkward conversation where like Barbie's like, she can't
She's
speak
like,
straight.
sorry that Raquel
And
dumped you. And
like,
she's like, I mean, I'm sorry about your relationship. And then she drops a book on his face. And
yeah. And then he's all like, oh, you made
you're
me
the first
laugh.
person who's
So
made
we
me
should
laugh
hang
all
out
day.
or
Yeah. And then
whatever.
they hang out all day. And like, he's like, hey, can I drive you home? Hey, can I walk you home? Hey, can I walk you home? And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah. So like, Barbie and Todd, they like hang out on the bleachers and they have like a chat. And then, Kevin and Barbie. Wait, I feel like I'm so off. Am I reading the right thing? Because I said Kevin and Barbie have a movie night,
yeah,
but is that the same part?
yes. That is right
Okay.
after that's after Todd drives her home
He
because
drops
she
her off.
calls the
Okay.
girls, Tia and Tamara is the other one's name now. That's the name of the twins in that show. Anyways,
Okay.
never mind. Sorry. And she's like telling them all about Todd and how he asked her to the formal. And she's like, it doesn't mean anything. We're just like hanging out. We're just friends. That doesn't matter. Anyways, Kevin's here for movie
Mm-hmm.
night. It's N night. And I was like, what does that mean? It turns out they're going through the alphabet, like with movies. And so
Yeah.
she makes the snacks with the letters and he chooses the
Yeah.
movie.
And he picks
That
the
seems
movie,
completely
which is kind of
unfair.
cute.
I want to choose the movie every once in a while. Why can't they just go back and forth? Anyways, point is,
I
it was
don't know.
some ninja
Okay.
movie, and
So
she made.
they're seeing the Night of
Oh
the
yeah, and then she
Ninjas.
made
And she made a
Napoleons.
bunch of N foods.
Yeah, she made.
Yeah, and then they have like a cute little
Yeah,
like
she made
fight
Napoleons and
about
nachos.
the
There it is.
foods. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Man, you remembered. I wrote it down. I didn't even. I think it was some parts I wasn't really paying attention to because I like frantically trying to take
Okay,
notes. I was like, Night of the
it
Ninjas.
was so weird. There's like parts that I remember crystal clear. Because the other thing is, okay, I watched the first half of this while I was doing dishes. Somehow I remember
Uh,
that way better than the second half. Like, doing something else while I was watching it somehow helped me. So maybe I should start knitting while I'm watching these. Be productive.
um. Yeah. So then we have a cut.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I'm
just the
trying.
way
I
you
was
said
reading
that
my
was just kind
notes.
of like, yeah, okay, fucking weird, Sarah, whatever.
No, I'm sorry. I was totally listening to
No,
what
I
you were
know, don't
saying.
worry.
Sometimes it's just a little hard to like read and like listen
Dude,
at the
don't
same
worry.
time.
I know
Um,
you, I'm not hurt.
so Barbie tries to talk to her teacher. I didn't write his name down, but whatever. He's like the AV news
hmm
teacher dude. Um, and then uh she gets asked to fall formal with Todd and she watches football practice. Oh, this is a
hmm
montage, I think. And then she is holding and then like by the end of the montage, her and Todd are holding hands while walking down the
hmm
hallway. At and then they're at the
Yeah.
mall. Oh, and then there's a weird voiceover which is threw me off because this is like I think the first voiceover in the movie and it's like 15
Yeah,
minutes
it
in.
happens like, I want to say 4 or 5 times. I think it's just every time they
Yeah,
thought,
so
like, oh, they might not get it. They might not get what's going on right here. These are literal children. We have to lay it out. Well, joke's on
yeah,
you,
so
Barbie director from 2006. I'm an adult.
we're not the intended audience,
Oh,
I
I guess
guess.
not.
Oh no, should we not be making this podcast because we're not the intended
No,
audience?
people make podcasts when they're not the intended audience all the time.
So Barbie wants to get a dress for
Mhm.
homecoming. So they go to this dress shop, and then Raquel and her friends are also
Mhm.
there. And then there's like a shopping montage. Man, there's two montages really close
Yeah.
together, I guess.
The
Um,
shopping montage,
and
everything she tries on is awful. I like Barbie is like a fashion doll. That is like I'm pretty sure that's the term for dolls that you can like dress up and everything like that, like the like
Mhm.
industry term. She is a fashion doll. You
Mhm.
cannot put her in these awful clothings. Like give Barbie some respect. It was it was
Yeah.
bad. None of them were
So
formal clothes
we
either.
see. Yeah, I don't know. I even thought the dress she chose was kind of
Yes, I
ugly.
thought the dress she chose was very ugly. I would have preferred the jeans and cardigan combo she put on the first time to that.
So, we see Raquel's flip phone and Barbie's flip phone, which I thought was kind of
Mhm.
funny.
Oh, Raquel's
Um,
flip
and
phone
then
is on like a belt holster also, which is so
very
dad of
nerdy.
of like the 2000s. Like is Raquel like trying to make it a thing like Gretchen's trying to make fetch happen? Like is that what it is? Or is she just full on a dad?
Yeah, so she calls Todd, and then basically when Barbie's at the register, then like I don't wait. Oh, when Barbie's at the register, then Todd calls Barbie, and he's like, we don't know what he says, but he dumps her. I
Yeah.
guess essentially,
He's like, "Oh,
which
Raquel and I
like
got back together last night. Oh, sorry, so we're not going to go to the Ford Bowl together because I'm taking her. Love you, bye."
yeah. So like and so she's like, okay, like I guess I don't need like a dress. And then Raquel and her friends like leave and they're like, haha, whatever. He was just,
He's just using you to make
dating
me
you to get
jealous.
yeah. So like whatever. I don't know. Todd's
Todd
lame.
sucks.
But um then the girl at the store, she's like, "Oh, like I hate girls like that in high school. Like, here, I'll give you a free bracelet like because because I feel bad
Yeah.
and stuff." So she gives all the three girls like cute bracelets, and then Barbie's bracelet comes with the diary. So when she like puts the bracelet over the diary, it like
Yeah.
unlocks.
Which was
Which is
so
I remember
merchandisable.
those. Oh my gosh, I should have looked up if they
Oh,
sold
they
those.
for sure sold those.
But I don't you remember those like those diaries that they would always have commercials for that are like have like secret
Yeah.
locks where you do like voice unlock or like something like that.
hmm Oh, yeah.
I remember those in the early 2000s. Yeah, I'm sure they
Oh, and
sold
they had
those.
like the disappearing
Uh,
ink also.
oh yeah.
I'm looking for
Cuz then like
the Barbie Diaries.
are you looking it
Yes.
up? Um
The cover art of the Barbie
so
Diaries looks so different than. Mm.
I didn't look at it. Um,
It
so
was
then
an
there's a
electronic one. So that's how I
ooh.
think that it must have been like a
Yeah,
magnet
it's
or
probably like
something.
some sort of magnet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Did they so they sold it?
Yes. Barbie Diary electronic diary / charm bracelet set.
How much can you find the price? Is anyone selling it on eBay?
This person. One second, let me visit the site. This is riveting.
Well, I'm curious.
Okay,
But you
okay, it
know though,
says
like the whole
$18
point of
for this
these
one.
movies is just to sell stuff.
Yeah,
So wait, was that the current? Is that the current price? Pretty
I
cheap.
guess. I don't know. It says Barbie values and price guide. Okay, it
This is
says
like a whole website.
yeah, it says low $18, high $28, first year 2006.
Oh, do you think that's the price when it came out?
I guess that's like I don't know. I think that that's just like it's giving you a good idea of what it's worth, in case you have it maybe for resale and stuff.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
Well, so
Well, 20 to 30
so
bucks isn't bad for with tax isn't bad for a an electronic journal with a charm bracelet.
I don't have to pay sales tax because I live in Oregon.
Well, I've
So
had to start calculating sales tax in my head and I'm very bad at it.
I don't like it though because I don't like how I think because like when you buy something like the price isn't the real price.
Yeah,
That bothers
don't
me,
worry, I
but
don't like it
I
either.
guess other people are used to it.
Yeah, I miss Oregon. I miss no sales tax. I miss green. I miss having wine in stores. They
Really?
can
Do they not sell wine in
Yeah, they
stores?
consider wine liquor here.
Oh, what?
Yeah, isn't that
Really?
weird? It's so weird. Like I've talked to a couple like
Oh.
natives here and they're like, "No, it's like it makes sense. Like wine is like higher alcohol content than like beer." And I'm like, "Not by much. Like it's always way less than like alcohol. Like
So they sell beer in stores, just not
yeah,
wine.
they sell beer and like cider."
Okay, that's crazy because like all I really drink is wine, and I just buy it at Fred Meyer with self checkout.
I know. Dude, literally Trader Joe's has to have a separate wine shop to sell their wine
Oh,
here. Yeah.
really?
So I go
Oh my
there on my
gosh.
commute home from work because it's like at my transfer of my subway. This is super off topic. Anyways, it it's so weird though. It's just like
Is it like how many states are like that? Do you
I
know?
have no idea, but it makes me want to like look up the alcohol laws in like every state. I know in California
I
you
guess
can
I
just
never
do
thought that they
whatever.
were like different. Yeah, because like I didn't realize that you couldn't buy like hard. This is, I mean, I guess I'm kind of stupid,
No, you're
but
not.
I didn't realize that you. Well, I don't know that much about alcohol, so I didn't realize you couldn't buy like hard alcohol like at um at like grocery stores because I wanted to get stuff to like mix drinks together,
Mm-hmm.
with like apple juice.
Yeah.
Um, but like I've been too afraid to go to a liquor store, so I
Oh,
haven't done it
baby.
yet.
Well, when I
Well,
come,
like all
I'll
the
take
ones
you
by
there.
campus are really like shady, don't you think?
I don't know. I think the one on the one near where I used to live with Sydney is pretty nice. The one
Oh,
on
I don't know,
Washington
because
Street.
there's one literally like right, like it's probably less than like it's like 2 blocks away, but I've never been to those stores because they just look really like suspicious to me.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah, I think that one's fine. It's just like I don't know.
I'm sure it's fine. I just don't want to go in there alone,
Okay, well I'll
just in
come with
case.
you when I am down there. When I come back, when I come home to visit you.
Huh. This is kind of random, but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts where people are like talking about like dry January and stuff.
Oh yeah, me
And I
too.
was like, oh, like I don't think I like actually like I think I had a dry January unintentionally. Like I just don't think I don't think I've had alcohol since winter break. So
Wow. Well, good job.
no,
I
but
have not
it's
had a dry
it's
January.
lame. I just haven't done anything. Like I've barely gone out, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, I've just gotten to this point where like I'll have like a cider or like a glass of wine or a beer with dinner like most nights.
Hmm.
If I'm cooking like in the kitchen, I'll like like open a bottle of wine and have like a glass while I'm like making dinner and then sometimes I'll have a glass with dinner. if I finished that first glass while I was making it, which generally I don't. But like,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just weird that like it's weird to think about like how much alcohol I actually consume because it's honestly not that much, but I feel like it's more than I think it is, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
It's not that much compared to like some other people, but compared to how I think of myself, I'm like, "Huh, that's actually more wine that I'm drinking than I think I should be."
I guess it's just like interesting because like I guess I go through phases because like I finished all the wine I have, so I just haven't bought any in a
Mhm.
while. So I was like I just don't care that much, I guess. But like some people, I guess they like drink alcohol a lot. I don't know. It's just so weird to think about. I
Yeah.
guess this is not something I think about that much, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, just now while I was thinking about it, I was like, "Huh, do I really have?" Well, I haven't had anything to drink the last like 3 days, so I guess I don't do it
I
every
mean,
night.
it's
But
fine. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I guess if people drink a lot of alcohol or not. It's just like interesting to think about how some people, it's just part of their lives that they drink it a lot, and other people don't.
yeah, yeah.
It's just interesting to think about. I don't know. I
Wait,
don't
where
remember
were
why I
we?
was talking. I don't remember why I was talking about this.
Oh, I think it was because we
uh,
started talking about sales tax. Because we were
okay,
looking at the diary,
so
and then I was talking about how I'm bad at calculating sales tax, and then I was yelling about how they don't sell wine in grocery stores here.
when you're talking, I started looking up on eBay the Barbie Diaries, and
Oh yeah,
actually, like some of the stuff that they like, you can buy. It looks like you could buy all 4 dolls for 227. So like, they're not actually that expensive. Like
yeah.
Tia, you can get for 35. So like, that's new
What's
in
the other
box.
one's name?
Her name is Courtney.
Courtney. Never would have guessed it.
Which actually is my next bullet point. I said there's a voiceover, and then I just wrote Tia and Courtney. I don't know. I guess I was just reminding myself what their names were. And then she has another day. Wait, day? Oh, she has a daymare. I wrote like a nightmare, but during the day,
hmm
where everyone's like laughing at her because
Todd
oh,
dumped
I
her.
know why. No, she's already having a bad day because like Todd just dumped her, and then
hmm
she's in the class, and then her teacher's handing out the test grades, and then
Oh.
she's like, "There's one person in the class who got like a 97 or whatever," and then she hands it to Barbie, and then Barbie has like a nightmare where everyone's like, "Way
Way
to
to
throw
throw
off the
off the
curve,
curve,
Barbie."
Barbie.
That actually made me laugh because
uh,
this is a real like high school thing that
yeah, that was
I
me.
experienced. I didn't throw off the curve normally though because I'm not smart, but other people like
Yeah.
did. So I
I
actually
think
thought this was funny.
I think I only ever threw off the curve for history. That was like the only thing I was like not like I wasn't good at other things, but that was the thing that I like
Yeah, I
tried to
think
achieve in.
the only classes I think I've really had curve tests are like science classes. I feel like biology and stuff.
hmm I did okay in
So
physics. When I was in physics class, I did okay.
I don't know if I
I never would have
trust.
thrown a curve off, but
Yeah. So then like Barbie goes to write in her diary, and then I just wrote backless fashion. I don't know what some of my notes mean. I guess
that's what Raquel says. She's like, what she wants Barbie to research backless fashion.
oh
Is
yeah,
it for
because that's
everyone?
her
That's
news
Barbie's
story.
assignment. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Raquel makes Barbie do the research for her
hmm
news stories. Like so Raquel's like not doing anything.
Yeah. Also, like Raquel's news stories, like I don't understand why this teacher's so into it. Like he
Yeah,
must
that's
just
why I
be
said
really
like
into the drama of like high school
yes,
because
especially later because he's really into Barbie like doing an expose on the popular kids.
yeah, he's like this is not what like serious journalism is about. What is this man teaching the youth of America?
Um, so then uh Barbie's like already having a bad day, and then the bracelet gets stuck in someone's backpack, and then there's a chase scene where she's like running down the hallway trying to get her backpack back, or her not her backpack, her bracelet back.
Yeah.
Um, and then finally the bracelet like flings across the hallway and it lands like on the floor, and then when she gets up, she looks at this poster, um, and it's for band auditions for the fall formal.
Yeah.
And which I think is funny about this poster is if you look at it, the letters on it aren't in English. They're like another language.
Yeah, it's like Barbie Simish. I bet that makes it more marketable for like other countries.
Yeah, like they don't need to reanimate it. It's just
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
Like it made me think of like do you know Splatoon? Like they have their like writing system that they have everywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it kind of looks like that to me. Um I'm sure Breath of the Wild does too, but I don't really remember what it looks like.
It looks like hieroglyphics, kind of. Like it looks like squares with dots in it and like semicolons and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more like what's the word? Like
Geometric?
no, I don't remember. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I think like did you say hieroglyphics?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of more like that to me. It kind of has that feel, but I think it's like not in modern day, so like it's not like a modern font, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So much
so
happened in this movie.
so I just wrote Kevin is a perv question mark, and then I wrote girl hug. Oh, because Barbie's hugging her friends, and then Kevin comes up and he's all like, "Ooh, I'm so glad
Ooh,
to
let
see
me get
girls
in
hugging."
there.
Yeah,
Let
and he's
Kevin
like,
get in on this girl hug, and then they're all like, then they all just stand there with their arms at their side. And he's like, guess not.
no, but before that, he said something weird about like, "Oh, I'm so glad to like walk in on your girl hug or whatever." I don't know. It was very.
Kevin, you fucking perv.
Kevin made me uncomfortable a couple times, but they do have a good relationship. I can't decide if I like Kevin or not. I don't know.
They don't seem like they have any like tension though. They don't feel like they feel just like friends. It doesn't make sense to me that they like because
Um,
normally when like friends like end up dating, they have like some sort of chemistry at least.
you don't think they had enough chemistry?
No, I don't know. It just didn't really. It
I'm trying to
didn't.
read this word that I wrote.
Ooh, sound it out.
It says Raquel's pedicure story.
Oh,
Pedicure.
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 Yes,
I was like, what did I write? So she wants to
she's
do a story on pedicures, but she wants to research it so she gets free pedicures, right?
yeah from everywhere within a mile of the school. So that means Barbie has a week off to do whatever she wants, which means she decides that she wants to do a story on how the popular kids like live, like a day in a life kind of thing.
It's kind of weird because I feel like her story doesn't really have an angle, you know?
No, it doesn't have. It doesn't. It's if Barbie's trying to show off journalistic integrity, if she's trying to be like the anti Raquel, like be like, oh, here's like a real ass news story.
This does kind
Like,
of
is focusing
remind
on popular
me.
kids is not
Yeah, it's not
correct.
a news story. This does kind of remind me though in middle school I had this it was like a weird. Okay, I'm pretty, I guess compared to the youths now, I'm old, so like we didn't really have like in in elementary school we were like, "Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, computers." So
Yeah.
I remember in like 6th grade we had this class that was like modern. It was like something stupid, like new technology or something, which is weird because that's kind of like what my major is.
Yeah.
But so it had like a similar name to my major, but it was like in the class we kind of did like journalism stuff. So
Mhm.
I wrote this like article that was called like fall fashion trends or something. And I
Backlist. Is it for everyone?
and I actually got a pretty good grade on it, but it was like really stupid now that I think about it.
No, you were just blazing the way for Raquel. That's all that was.
But it was like like if basically that's like exactly what I was doing in high school. Well, cuz like most people in middle school and high school and stuff, they're like not interested in like real news, right? They're not going to write like about politics and like, that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I was super into politics in high school.
Yeah,
I
but
was
I just
almost on Constitution Law team, and then I chose to be an AP Art instead, like a fool.
um
Our Constitution Law team won the national championship that year.
oh, like in the national, like not.
Yeah, the whole team went to DC and got to argue against like
Oh
the
wow.
top 10 other teams from like the whole nation.
Hmm.
And that could have been me. I could have been so better at public speaking. But no, I decided I wanted to, like, fucking watercolor and shit. Ugh, God, I'm so annoying.
So like Kevin has this recurring like line where he says, "It's one of the reasons you love me." So like when
Yeah.
so whenever Barbie like yeah, whenever he says something smart or whatever, she's like and then I just wrote the boys look terrible.
The boys do look terrible. Anyways, so this is the point where they're rehearsing for the band tryouts. And and Barbie is also trying to okay, so there's two separate things. First, they're rehearsing for band tryouts, and this is where Tia and Courtney realize that Kevin has a crush on
Mhm.
Barbie. And they're
Yeah.
uh like, are you gonna tell her? Like, we're gonna tell her. And he's like, no, 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 I want it to come from me. Let me
Mhm.
do it in my way. And they were like, okay. And then at the same time, Barbie is trying to figure out how to sneak lip gloss into
Oh,
school.
yes, okay. I'm surprised you remember the plot so well since you didn't write anything down. Because I was like, "Oh, are you gonna skip a point?" And then you, like, read the exact ones that I was, like, thinking of. So, yeah, like, Barbie is trying to talk to the popular people, and then I think, Tia got was it Tia got caught, like, using makeup in class, I think?
Hmm. I
So
think
she's
so.
like, "Oh, like, give me your highlighter and I'll put," which is kinda this is kinda gross in my mind, but
Hmm.
she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put the lip gloss in the highlighter, so then, like, when you open it up, you put it looks like a highlighter but has lip gloss inside."
Yeah.
Um, so then, um,
Weird flex, but okay.
like, so her teacher's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then she's like, "Oh, I'm just highlighting something." And so, like, she got away with it. So, like,
Yeah.
obviously they're in, like, some weird strict school where, like, they can't put on but, like, why would you wanna put on makeup in class?
Yeah. Maybe it's just no makeup at all. I don't know.
But, like, I feel like there's another movie I watched where they, like, got in trouble for, like, putting on makeup in class, and I'm like, "But who puts on
Why
makeup
would you do that in
during
class
class? Like,
anyway?
you should do that before class."
Yeah, or in like, or just go to the bathroom and do it in there. There's a mirror in there
Yeah.
anyway.
No, I actually what movie or it was, like, a movie or show or something where she was, like she, like, hid the blush inside of it was just like this. Oh my gosh, what was it? I don't know, but maybe like, why would I feel like the point of makeup is, like, you're I don't maybe not, but I feel like when you put on makeup in front of people, I feel like that's not what most people want makeup to be doing for them, right?
Yeah, whenever I'm late for work and I just end up like taking my makeup with me and like doing it like right before I go out on the floor, I always feel so weird like cuz like the other girls in the break room like can see me and I'm like, "No, it's fine. My eyelashes are always this thick."
Yeah. I don't know, because you don't wanna seem like you want the makeup to seem natural. I don't know, maybe it's just
Yes.
me. I don't know.
I would like to for people to think that my eyelids have a giant fat line on them.
Yeah, like, what do you mean I'm not wearing fake eyelashes? This is how long my eyelashes are.
Yeah, this is normal. Yes, there's a heart on my cheek. It's made of
I was
blush, and
well,
that's normal.
it's like I guess it's I just don't I wouldn't put on makeup in front of people, but maybe that's just me. Whatever.
Yeah. Unless
It
I'm
does
getting ready for something with someone. Like,
yeah, but, like, not in class. Like, especially if
no.
you're, like, in front of boys you like, why would you wanna do that in class? I just don't get the appeal, but whatever. So then Barbie's at her locker, and then a note falls out from a secret admirer that's like a poem, kind of.
Yeah, it sucks. The rhyming is really bad.
Um, and then one of a Reagan and the other one.
Who's
Oh,
Reagan?
Reagan's Raquel's kind of friend.
Oh, right. I totally forgot their names.
I wrote Reagan down. So Reagan's like, "Oh, I heard you made highlighter lip gloss. Make me one." And then she's like, "Sure, let me come to your house and make them." So she goes over to she wants to go over to her house to like find out the secret of popularity.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this will be a perfect opportunity to like interview them and like
Yeah.
figure out what it takes to be
So
popular.
her and Todd are like in the library. Um, and then in the secret admirer note, he like, or the person wrote like, oh, I'll see you in the library or whatever. So she's like with Kevin in the library, and then I mean with Todd in the library, and then Kevin walks by and she's like, oh, it
No,
must be.
she's in there with Kevin because Kevin's her friend, and then Todd
Wait,
walks
which
by and she
which
sees
one's Kevin? No, yeah.
Kevin's her friend, and
She's
then
studying with
because
Kevin,
it starts
and
with a
then
K-E, so you know it's supposed to be Ken.
yeah, that's why the first time she said it when she was like Kev, I was like, did she say Ken?
Yeah,
Like, why not just name him Ken? You know?
yeah, because then everyone would know that they end up together.
And the Kevin is
Gosh, holy
so
shit.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just
I'm
have to
being
take the
stupid.
VI out, and then it's Ken.
um so yeah, she sees Todd no, she sees Todd in the library, and then
And she's like, "Oh my god,
and I just wrote
it's Todd."
Barbie wants Todd to break up with Raquel because she said something like, "Oh, maybe he'll break up with her. Maybe he's bored of her. You know, like maybe he loves
Yeah,
me." But like he just like broke up with her and got back together with Raquel. So like,
love makes us say stupid
but I mean,
things,
I guess high
you know.
school's like that, where like people are having off and on relationships and whatever.
Yeah,
Um, so I wrote Dawn and Reagan like Barbie. Is that her name, Dawn?
yeah, that must be.
And
Anyways,
then
Barbie goes over and she's like, "I want to do like a day in the life popular person thing," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, totally. Do you have any dirt on Raquel? Like, you know, best friends forever, but
yeah,
also
but
you like you need to know the shit."
she kind of like ambushes them though, because she just comes over and then she like pulls out a camera and she's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
I want to interview people about what it takes to be popular." Um, so oh, I wrote down. So there's one episode where Barbie's wearing like knee high boots and she's in bed, like she's sitting in bed with the boots on, and I
oh
was
yeah,
like,
she's writing her diary.
this is like very wrong to me. Like I'm not a person who wears shoes in the house, but why would you want to wear shoes on like on your bed? Do people do
Oh
that?
yeah, no, no shoes on the bed. No shoes on the
No,
bed.
no shoes on the bed. Oh, and
Sorry.
then they're they're going to the audition. It's fine. I was just trying to
Mhm.
read my notes, figure out what I'm talking about. Um, we didn't even see their
Yeah,
audition, which
they
is
just
kind of
like
weird.
there was like kind of the sound of music. It
Uh,
did that like swoopy like circle transition that it does through all of it.
oh yeah, there's a lot of transitions in this movie too that
Yeah,
I didn't take notes on, but they're very
they're
like,
weird.
you
They're
know,
very
pre-made.
2006. Oh, and then also Barbie has
Yeah.
like infiltrated the entire school with the highlighter lip gloss. Like everyone is having her make them.
Yeah. So everyone's using that highlighter lip gloss, and then she gets taken to the principal because they're like, "Oh, we heard you're behind the lip gloss pens." Um, and then I guess Raquel's the one who
Yeah,
told the principal,
because we
which
see
like,
her through the
duh,
principal's
you
window.
know.
Like she does like a mwah at Barbie, and then Barbie's like, "Meh."
Yeah.
Oh, and then
And then she's like, "Oh, don't punish
yeah,
my friends was all me." Because the
yeah,
three of them I think are taken to the principal's office. And she get oh wait, no, that's not true. They all get
yep, mm-hmm.
cafeteria duty, right? Because they have like they're kind of mad at Barbie because she's kind of been like blowing off practice, but then they kind of like
Yeah, they have a
bond. I
sloppy
feel like
Joe food
when
fight in the which okay, they'd have to clean all that up. Like, there's
yeah,
no way they're gonna leave and the lunch lady's not gonna be.
but there's so many
It's
dishes
ridiculous.
like in the there's like a conveyor belt that has all the dishes on them, and it's
There's
like
no
endless amounts
way
of
that there's
dishes.
that many like students at the school. Like that seems impossible. Anyways, but then while they're having their food fight, it's announced over the loudspeaker that Charms, which is the name of their band, is going to be performing at the fall formal. So they all celebrate and they're all excited.
Yeah, which like I was like they never established that their
No,
band's name I feel
they
like was
didn't.
Charms, right? So like when they're all excited, I was
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
think
that
it's
must be
supposed to
them."
be like, oh, well, they all
Which
have the
like
charm bracelets. So, like, obviously, it's like, yeah.
yeah, but they didn't I don't think we ever see Tia and
Yeah,
Courtney's
no.
charm bracelets really. Like we see Barbie's, but like when they're leaving the mall when they get them, they're like, "Oh, it was so
Mhm.
nice of that lady to give us charm bracelets." But like we don't see theirs. Like I actually didn't even
Yeah.
realize that they got them too. I just I just thought Barbie got one. but I guess hers came with the
Yeah.
diary, so she's like the lucky one, you know.
And luck has everything to do
Um,
with it. Bum,
so
bum, bum.
she's been writing in her so she's writing in her diary, and then she's like, "Whoa, everything I've written in this diary came true. It must be magical." Um, so she goes back to the store and she's like, "Oh, like where's the girl that sold me like this diary? Like it's magical and all this stuff." And then the girl at the store is like, "Oh, I'm the only person who works here. Like there's no other
No one else has ever
uh
worked here.
no other sales associate, yeah, has ever worked here." And then so like, did she see a ghost? Like,
Woo!
did someone break into the store and just
It's
give her free stuff?
literally it's not explained. Like it's just like
Okay, because I thought when I saw the
yeah,
trailer, and I was telling you this last week, I thought that the bracelet was magic. But now that I've watched the movie, I don't think it was magic at all. I just think it was
I
Barbie's
think so.
imagination, right? So like, but then since the girl didn't exist, like it must be some sort of magic, right? Or like at least something happened and
Yeah.
that girl was at the
No.
store.
It's
It's it's never explained, I guess. You're right.
weird vibe.
Um so Kevin's editing her all the clips she recorded of the popular girls, and like in when they're editing, they see all of like the girls talking about their
Mhm.
friends behind their backs. Um and then like the I don't I don't remember. I think Barbie and Kevin
Yeah.
are alone now, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, like see, this is what takes to be popular. You have to like be a backstabber and like turn on your friends all the
Yeah.
time and stuff." And then she's like, "This is what I'm going to write about, like what it takes to become like popular is you have to be like
Yeah.
a bad person and whatever." Um and then in the next day at school, she gets another note from her secret admirer, and um
This one's about seeing her after school
I
in the
don't
parking lot. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is like you can't just start a rumor. Like it has to be something real, otherwise rumors like get like worse and then they come back to bite you." She's like, "Oh my gosh, I need to tell Reagan."
Oh, yes. Cuz she wants to become
Yeah.
closer with the girls, right? So she's like, "Oh, I'm going to tell them that I have a secret admirer and it's Kevin, and
No,
I'm going to
Todd.
tell them that not Kevin, Todd. I'm going to tell them that Todd likes me and that he's like sending me notes
Yeah.
behind Raquel's back, right?"
And then
Um
Tia and Courtney are like, "Are you sure that it's Todd? Because if it's not Todd,
yeah.
uh, are you sure it's Todd?" And then she's like, "Ugh, yeah, I gotta go." And then so she like runs and then she tells one of Raquel's friends. And then she's like, "Oh my god, this is too good. We have to go tell
Yeah.
Dawn." And then so they run and then so Barbie gets invited
Mhm.
to sit on the lawn. The popular lawn.
Yeah. So like Barbie's like they're at band practice, and then Barbie's been on like the phone for 45 minutes talking to
Yeah.
what's her name, Reagan, and like gossiping with her, and they're like, "Oh, Barbie, we want to practice." But then
Sorry,
she's
this will
all
be just a
like,
minute. I
"Oh,
gotta
no, I
like
got to get close."
just.
Yeah, like I got to be friends with them
Mm-hmm.
for the story. Wait, this is just like another movie. Have you seen have you seen Geek
No,
Charming?
I haven't.
It's a Disney Channel original movie. It stars Sarah Hyland. Do you know her
Mm,
from
yes,
Modern Family?
yes, I know her now. Yes, I remember her now.
Um, I actually kind of liked that movie when I was a tween. It's a lot like this because I think he's. Oh my god! I almost feel like I want you to watch it because now that I think about it, it's very similar to the plot of this because I think he's trying to make a documentary about
Mm-hmm.
popular people. So he becomes friends with the most popular girl in school, who's Sarah Hyland, and then they have like this kind of. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but I feel
Yeah,
like it's very
it's the
similar to
same kind of
this.
like
Um,
betrayal. You know, I can't believe you do this to me, kind of
yeah,
thing. Yeah. It's a very classic
Um,
cliche
and
story. It's a tale as old as time.
yeah.
Shakespeare basically wrote this.
And then I was like, vlog question mark, because I feel like when Barbie's recording like on the bleachers with the girls, she's basically just
Yeah.
recording like a vlog, right?
Barbie invented vlogging.
It's partly this is not really journalism.
It's not
This isn't
journalism.
journalism
I don't
though.
know. This teacher's just like a filthy perv for gossip. He and Kevin are pervs.
um so like Kevin is editing like the teaser trailer for her
Hmm.
story for the teacher, and then Barbie, like, there's this funny scene where she's like sitting on the lawn with Reagan, and then she like looks at her arm and she's like, "Oh my gosh, my bracelet's missing!" She starts like freaking out, and then she like pulls up her
Yeah.
sleeve and the
Which,
bracelet's
like,
there.
I feel like you'd feel that. Because it's got a bunch of moving bits on it,
Which
because
I
it's a
thought was
charm
kind of,
bracelet.
I thought it was funny because like that sounds like me though.
Yeah, you know what? I got that vibe too. I feel that.
um and she, I just wrote tries to make Barbie get with Todd. I'm not sure
They were
who.
like, "Oh my god, no, it's time to make your
And I just
move.
wrote
I mean, like, you should, like, talk to him. Your hair's way
um
better than Raquel's."
yeah, I just wrote that the girls are like really vain in this movie. And it kind of bothers me. Like they're like obsessed. Like I I don't know. I guess this is like a feminine thing that's in like a lot of movies, but they're like really like they're
Yeah,
really vain.
they're vainer than I
and
think
and they
any real woman I've met has been.
yeah. But it's like they talk about their looks all the time and stuff. And then so actually his name is Mr.
Oh,
Wexler.
good to know.
Uh, he's like, this is an impressive recording. This is the news I want. Like, I want your
Mhm.
story, Which, like, what was her teaser? Like, I just don't think the story's that good or interesting. I don't know. Like, you can't make a story about what it takes to be popular, I don't know. That's how I feel anyway. um and then they're like having a toast to Barbie's story getting picked
Yeah.
up, right? And like they say like, let's have a ginger ale toast, which I thought was kind of
Woo, some
funny.
bubbly.
Well, cuz like maybe they're like, "Oh, it's not
Yeah.
champagne, guys.
It's
Like it's
ginger.
ginger
Don't
ale."
no one's stressed. They're not drinking underage.
um oh, so um Reagan, wait. I feel like I'm missing the part where, did the part already happen where like um Barbie tells Reagan and Dawn that Tia numbers her jeans, and then they're like, "Oh, that means she doesn't wash
Yeah.
her jeans." Right?
She
Is that
well, that's
before or
we
after? I
find
don't
that out
remember.
after. She tells them that on the lawn at the same time they're all being like, "Oh, we're hot," and doing the vlog. But um but we don't see that
Yeah,
until
cuz
when
I wrote,
Kevin's editing, because that's when Tia sees it and then she gets really upset.
yeah, I think I forgot to write that. But then I guess Reagan gets mad at Barbie because she's like, "Oh, you're just trying to be friends with us to like
Yeah.
gather dirt." Which I don't. Did they show the trailer at school? Is that why
Yeah,
she
they
knows
released
it?
no, they didn't show it at school. They released it that evening. So everyone got to see it. Like, I guess, like, on, yeah, I
The
guess, like,
trailer?
through some sort of, like, email
Oh.
link or something like that, but
Um and then I guess Barbie starts getting bullied, and she said there's mustard in her sneakers and
yeah.
chili in her
So
backpack.
people only know how to
And
do
then
food-related bullying and pranks into school.
and then Raquel's like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal her backpack, or not her." I keep saying backpack, her
Mhm.
bracelet, because she was like, because I think Reagan was like, "Oh, Barbie said her bracelet was magic," and then Raquel's like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal her bracelet
No luck
then."
for
Like,
her, like,
yeah, as
yes.
teens do. So, um,
Those thieving teens. So Barbie's
um,
freaking out over the fact that she can't find her bracelet, and she's supposed to be practicing with her band because it's the night before, and this is right after Tia and
Oh,
Courtney
this
have
is
seen the Kevin editing the video.
yeah. I wrote trial breakup, but who's having a trial breakup?
Yeah,
Raquel
they
and
had a
Todd.
trial breakup before. That's when
Um.
Barbie was there, and she was like, she should have known that you're not allowed to like go out with somebody when they're on a trial breakup or whatever. So
Oh. Hmm. And then I guess this is when Tia finds out about the
mhm.
jeans thing, and then sorry. Barbie's supposed to go to a class president rally
Mhm.
with Tia, um, but her bracelet's
Well, no,
lost,
the
so
class president rally was when she went to the lawn instead, and so
oh.
like Tia was like, "What the fuck? Why did you choose them over
Oh,
me?" You
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah, her bracelet's gone for a couple days, right? Because she goes to band practice, and then Tia and Courtney are like, we're just gonna perform at the formal without you because you've been like ditching practice too much and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
They were like, "We're just gonna do it alone," which
and
just a bass and a drum
oh
is kind of not a
yeah,
band. No offense to the bassists and the drummers out there. You guys serve such an important part of the band. But with no
okay,
guitar, there's no
this is
melody, and
the
with no singing, there's no singing. Like you gotta,
yeah, I don't. They're just doing like instrumental
I
band, I
guess.
guess. So like Barbie, this is the weird part of the movie, I think, because Barbie's like, oh, she's supposed to
Hmm.
report the story, but she's like, I'm not gonna show my story because like it's wrong and stuff, and like she feels bad about
She was like, "I
things she
hurt
said.
people making this, so I'm not gonna air it." Instead, here,
Oh, it's the same night as the formal too,
I guess so. I thought it was the night before. I thought it
for
was the
some
night before
reason.
the formal, but I'm not positive. Um,
Oh, I feel like it might be the same day,
okay,
but I don't know. So yeah, instead of showing her documentary, she shows the 26 short films that Kevin made
an
over
hour. Yes,
the summer
she
break.
shows all
Yeah.
that. Okay, that's so many short films over a summer break. That's like one every 3
Yeah, I'm
days.
impressed. Yeah. But I guess they're like weird stuff, like he said that like a pencil's attacking like paper
Yeah,
clips and stuff.
it was very stop
So I
motion,
think they were like stop motion
which is a
maybe, but
lot
like
of
that would take
work.
even longer. Yeah, like
Who is this
I'm
guy?
impressed. But what I think is the weird part is Kevin's watching this at his
Yeah, no,
house.
they
And I'm like, are they
they must have a
broadcasting
channel.
this? Yeah, like it's a real TV channel.
Yeah,
I'm
OSU
impressed.
had a real TV channel, but then again, that's a college, so
Oh, I guess this is probably back when though people had cable, so because like now I feel like like I'm sure like probably like, but I just think it's weird because like in my middle school we had a news station thing, but in the mornings like they would show the morning announcements, so it'd be like
mhm.
live. So I just thought it was like that kind of thing where they're doing like live, news story kind of things. I didn't realize it was like a real like after school type of
Seems
thing.
weird.
It seems like too
Yeah,
much effort, but I don't know.
it seems like
I'm
way less
impressed
people
because I
would
feel
see
like
it though. Also,
but I guess everyone wanted to tune in. I don't really get it
maybe
because like
that's why the
I
teacher
just feel
was
like
so desperate to have like gossip, so that anyone would actually watch it, and then maybe he could put in some real journalism also.
oh, maybe because like I just feel like my school wouldn't have enough money to do this, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm sure we didn't have our own like. I guess it's probably like a local channel. I don't really know how those things work. Um, I know there's an NMC class called The History of Broadcasting
Mm.
that maybe I should take if I want, but I've never taken it. But it probably explains this stuff. Maybe because I do know local channels are like a thing, right?
Yeah.
For
Yes.
like local news, and then they
They have
have
local
like
broadcasts, like that's not on cable. That's like just over satellite and like antenna
yeah.
and all
I
that
don't
kind of
know how
stuff. The rabbit ears.
I don't know how any of that stuff works. Um. So the form I just wrote the formals tonight, so it might have been the day before. I don't know, but Tia wants her to play uh in the band, right? She comes back because she's like, oh, like, I'm glad you didn't show the story. You should play
Mhm.
with us.
Yeah.
And then
And then she's like, I don't
Barbie's
even
like,
have like anything to wear to the formal though.
um, and then she's sad too because she doesn't have her charm bracelet. And then Kevin makes a bracelet out of a guitar
A
string
broken
for
guitar
her.
string, and she's like, "This is stupid. It's just a piece of metal." And then she's like, "Oh my god, you're right. The power
Oh
was
my
inside
gosh,
me
my
all
bracelet was
along."
just, yeah. And then she goes, there's no old Barbie and there's no new
Which
Barbie.
I mean
So like
doesn't really
she
sounds like you didn't learn the lesson of the movie Barbie.
well, she's just saying she's the same like she's been the same person all along. Like she didn't change because of magic, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. But she was being kind of a dick.
I don't know. Aren't guitar strings though kind of like an uncomfortable material? Like wouldn't that
Yeah.
kind of
No,
hurt
that's
or
like
no?
not comfy. It's not comfy the way a charm
I
bracelet
don't know.
is.
I've only touched guitars a couple times, so I don't really
Yeah,
know.
I'll ask Logan. I'll go touch a guitar string on his guitar after this.
Just take like because they probably do they have people have extra string for guitars?
I think so.
I don't know. Like in like a
I
twine, not
I
a
think you have to
twine. You know,
buy.
like in a
I don't
bundle.
know. I think you have to go buy a new string if one breaks. I I am the wrong
Hmm.
person to ask about this. Honestly, I don't know anything about music.
This is another thing I know nothing about. Yeah, because I don't play any
Mhm.
instruments, so I don't know. Um, so Raquel wears the bracelet to the formal,
So she can rub it in Barbie's
and
face.
oh, and they perform like a song, and everyone's like everyone's into it, and everyone loves
Hmm.
them. Um, and I said Tia Tia yells, "I do wash my clothes." I don't remember when this is.
Yeah, she said it right before they started playing. She was like, "For the record, I do wash my clothes," which kind of just like I feel like that would make it feel like she doesn't. And she was like,
I just feel bad for Tia though,
yeah.
like, cause she got dragged into it for no reason. Like, she was just saying like, but this is like how high school gossip is. I
Hmm.
feel like cause she's like, oh, I number my jeans so I don't wear the same one 2 days in a
Hmm.
row, and then everyone's like, that means she doesn't wash her
Yeah.
jeans, which like doesn't make sense because like these people must be really organized. Cause like sometimes when I take off my clothes, I just throw it on the floor, and
Yeah.
then
I wear the
you
same
don't
I
want.
only have 2 pairs of jeans. I will wear the same pair of jeans for like a week. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, what I've learned as I've gotten older though is you don't actually need to wash your clothes every
Yeah.
day. I know it sounds
No,
gross,
no,
but
unless
like
you're like
it's
you
true.
get super sweaty or you spill something on them. It's better for the environment to not wash your jeans all the time. Also, it's
Yeah,
better for
like
the jeans. They don't break down as quickly if you don't wash them like every single use.
my shirt normally like I'd wash every
Hmm.
day, but like certain things like if I like some of my skirts I have like after I stop like after I take them off, I just hang them up again because I don't one they're not dirty, and two I just feel like it's a waste to wash it again cuz they're not
Yeah, no, I
dirty.
totally agree. We are on the same page on
Yeah,
this
so
one.
especially like the nice ones I have that are like, full length
Yeah.
skirts. Like I just feel like
Oh, and the
I feel
like
like
dry
that's
clean
gonna
only
ruin
stuff,
them kind
like
of.
yeah.
Not dry
No, I'm
clean
saying that
only,
for
but
me.
just
I
like they're
have
a
too
little
many dry clean
fancier.
only things. I need to stop.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I have dry clean only stuff that I just wash in my washing machine.
That's a vibe.
um but yeah, especially jeans though. I hear you're not supposed to wash them that much. I don't know. I don't really wear jeans, so
Yeah, I do, and you're not
I don't
supposed to
know.
watch them that much. And when you do, you're supposed to turn them inside out so they don't lose their color quick.
Hmm. I feel like jeans are one of the main things so that like stain in the wash, right? Because they turn everything blue.
Only like the first wash, I think.
Hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I always wash my jeans at least once before I start wearing them. Just because
Um.
otherwise they can also like depending on the jean, like they can like stain your legs blue like the first time you wash them if you don't
I
the first time you wear them if you don't wash them first.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. But I said that their song kind of had Avril Lavigne
Oh
vibes
yeah.
to me.
I you know what? I actually dug that song. Like Note to Myself or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, it was like kind of like a diary
Yeah,
pun, right? Because
it was fun. It was a good one. I was into it.
yeah, it was very like I don't know,
Hmm.
it's very like It's a nice pop song, like pop rock kind
Yeah, it
of
was fun.
song. I didn't really have any thoughts about any of the songs they played because they all kind of sounded the
Yeah.
same. Um, so Raquel falls into the punch bowl,
Yes,
right?
and the charm bracelet catches on her dress and rips it. And then she's like, "Ah!" And then she like flings
Mm,
it off, and then it like goes rolling around, and then it lands at Kevin's feet. And
which like is very lucky.
very lucky. See, it's not like just like luck. I think it's sentient. It has a mind of its own. It
Oh,
projected,
the
yes, it
bracelet.
projected that woman into their minds. And like that is the
I just
bracelet.
don't
The bracelet
that
is
that
that
part I don't
woman.
understand. Okay, now I'm thinking like maybe I don't know if this would be a good podcast, but what you just said reminded me. There's this Disney Channel. There's like this age of Disney Channel that I watched a lot of the movies from like probably like 2010 maybe to 2013 or
Hmm.
something. Um and they had this other one called something my 16 wishes or
Hmm.
something. So the girl like it's her birthday and she gets 16 birthday candles and each one like grants a
Yeah.
wish. But like she has like this special like fairy godmother type lady that like appears. It just reminded me of that. It has a very similar vibe to this movie too cuz she's like trying to be popular and like
Yeah.
it's like basic all these movies are the
Yeah,
same.
they are. It's like there's no
um
original high school movie as far as I'm concerned. You know what? Actually, if anyone listens to this, they're gonna realize they're gonna just send me like different high school movies, but like you know what I mean. You all know what I mean.
I feel like people always say that like, there's like a high school movie for like each generation.
Hmm.
Like there's like The Breakfast Club and then like Mean Girls and then what's the other one? Oh, I think some people say Heathers.
Yeah. You know what I'd say? 10 Things I Hate About You is like the one for the 2000s kids.
That's like around the same time as Mean Girls, though, right?
Yeah, but Mean Girls was like for the next wave, I think. I don't know.
I don't know if there's really been a really good teen. I mean,
I
I don't. I guess this was a couple of years ago, but maybe some people would say like, I haven't seen Eighth Grade yet, but people say it's really good.
mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it either.
And I think there's another movie that's like a teen movie oh, I think I don't know, but those are like kind of different genres. I feel
Yeah.
like because there's like teen movies, and then there's like this type of teen
Oh
movie,
yeah. Yes. Those are the those
where
are
like they're
the those are the the cream rises to the top, Is that the phrase? The
um
good stuff is up there. The good stuff's at the
I
top.
don't know.
That's what we remember. Remember Heather's. We remember Breakfast
I've
Club.
watched a lot of trash like girl like teen
Yeah,
like rom-com type
me
movies.
too,
So
babe.
this is very like this movie was very that's why I felt like I've seen this movie before kind of.
I want to see Barbie's version of She's the Man cuz I actually really like that one.
Is that the one where she's playing soccer?
Yes. And it's Amanda Bynes.
I
Amanda
think I've seen
Bynes was
that movie
actually really
once.
funny.
I don't know. I haven't really seen that much stuff with her in it. I do remember liking that movie though. But I saw it like once a long time ago.
Mhm.
They get off stage after playing just one song, which I think is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is weird. If you auditioned,
Like they didn't have
but then again, it is a high
did
school
they have a
band. How
set?
many like
Well, like someone over the speaker says like, "Oh, they'll be back later," and then like they come off stage.
oh,
So I was like, "But why did they play just one
yeah.
song and then I don't know." So, um uh I just wrote confront Kev about Barbie. Did her friends tell Kevin
Yeah,
to
they were like, "Dude, you have to tell her. Like, you got to do it." Like, and then
Barbie's dancing with Todd?
yeah, well, she goes up to Kevin. She's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Hey, you did great." And like, and then Courtney and Tia are like, we're gonna go to the punch bowl. We're thirsty. Kevin, you should fucking tell her. And like right as Kevin's about to, Todd comes up and he's like, "Hey, Barbie, that was amazing. Do you want to dance with me?" And she's like, "Oh my god, yes." And then so she starts to talk
Mhm.
to him about the notes, and he's like, "What notes? I didn't write any notes." And then she's like, and then it like she has a voiceover, and she's like, "And that's when it clicked into place. There'd been somebody by my side all those times." Like so, it was like,
Yeah.
um,
Well, cause like, she was in the library with, Kevin when she saw Todd, and then she was
in the
at
cafeteria with Kevin,
the
which I don't
I don't
remember
know.
that note. Um,
What
and then she
I
was
don't
in the
know.
parking lot with Kevin. Kevin was there the whole time. Which kind of sounds
Yeah,
like
and then
a threatening thing. But
so Barbie she chases at wait, I just said Barbie chases Todd, but maybe I mean
you
Kevin.
mean Kevin. She's like, "Oh, bye, Todd." And he's like, "Wait, we were dancing." And she like goes after Kevin, and he's like walking away, and she's like, "Hey, wait." And he's like, this isn't really my scene." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, this weird guys rhymes library was scary." And he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, and then she gets like nervous, and she's like, "Oh, let's go find Tia and Courtney." And then like she gets caught on him with the bracelet, and then he gives her the charm bracelet back because he picked it up after it landed at his feet. And then he's like,
Oh,
maybe
and
this
he
thing
says
maybe this thing really is lucky. Is that what you wrote down?
no, at some point in this conversation though, he says, um wait, no, is that later? No, I said she's like, "Oh, you wrote those notes." And then he's like, he I don't know what they say exactly, but then he says it's one of the things I love or oh, it's one of the things I love about you. That's what she says.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's like saying what he said, but back to him. And then
Yes.
they have like a moment, which like she's already confessing. Well, she's not saying she loves him, but she's
Yeah,
saying
but she's saying it.
that she loves the stuff that he
Yeah.
does. Or,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's her way of saying that she knows and she cares about him too, but then she gets like anxious. And that's, yeah. And then that's when she starts to turn away. Anyway, so he gives her her bracelet back,
And
and
then they
and then they
dance.
dance. And then what's after that? I can't remember. I know that they end up having movie night.
Yeah, there's another voiceover where I think she says that she discovered who she truly was.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're having like she calls her friends, and then she's like, "Oh, me and Kev are hosting movie night tonight," and it's I think she said Z, right?
Yeah, it's Z. Because then in the voiceover, she's like, "You wouldn't believe how hard it is to find a food that starts with Z." And then he comes in and he's like, "Oh, is that ziti I smell?" And she's like, "What else would I be able to find?" And he's like, "I don't know, Zoreo Zookies." Anyways,
Oh yeah, he just makes up stuff with Z's, and then like they're laughing, and then the movie ends.
yeah. And then there's another song that's very 2006. Yeah, it's bueno.
um, art. Okay, I'm writing down
Oh no, I
categories.
had to rate it. I forgot.
That's all. That's the
Dude,
point, kind of the podcast.
it feels so different from the other ones that I don't know how to rate it, you know?
I realized I didn't write down some of the funny stuff that happened in the movie because I was thinking like, there's this scene where Barb or Raquel and Mr. What's his name? Mr. Mr. I'm
I
looking
think it
through all
starts
my
with a
notes.
V. Or a W.
No, Mr. I can find
I
this.
believe in you.
I wrote too much stuff. Mr. Wexler.
Wexler, look at
Um
me. I said W.
Oh, you did? I'm
Mhm.
impressed because I read that and I totally forgot. And then Barbie comes in and she's holding like uh 30 cups of coffee on her arms, and then Raquel's like, "Oh, I said I wanted like decaf or whatever, non-fat or something." And then like he's like, "What's Barbie doing?" I just thought that part was funny.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I do think this movie was kind of funny. I
It
don't know, but
was. It had good
it's the
moments, but then it
funniest
also
one?
had Is it? Honestly, I feel like I laughed more at Princess and the Pauper. But
Princess and the Pauper, most iconic.
Most iconic. But, like, I don't know, I thought it had some pretty good lines, and it had a cool villain, and it had a good villain song, and Raquel didn't even
No,
sing once.
I thought you were saying that this movie had a cool villain, and I was like, really? Like
You're
Raquel
like,
is cool. Do you have the scores up?
I do.
Okay. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with plot.
Ooh, this might be a hard one to start with.
Okay, so should
This
we end with
plot,
plot?
no, I feel like we need to start with it though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the overall, like, what sets the tone.
Yeah.
One thing about this movie is it goes by really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It was
Todd and
only an
Raquel
hour
and
and 8
Barbie.
minutes.
Yeah, it's like probably the shortest one, but
Yeah.
the Todd, Raquel, Barbie like love triangle, like he broke up and got back together with each of them like so many times. I was really confused.
Yeah.
Um,
This
so
dude
like,
can't make up his mind. He a real hoe.
but this is like he's lame.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that Barbie realized that like she's
Yes.
better than him,
Mhm.
and she deserves someone who pays attention to her, like Kevin.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I
I
think I'm
said
gonna go. Okay, tell me.
I said 5.
Ooh, that's kind of high.
Well, I felt like it was okay. It had a plot that was more than just go and find the thing, go and find the thing, go and find the thing, go and
Yeah,
find
that's
the thing,
true.
which is what I really didn't like about Mermaidia, Magic of the Pegasus, and Fairytopia. So I felt like I had
That's
to
true.
score it higher or at least even to what I scored those ones.
I'll say 4, I think.
Okay.
Because I mean I liked parts of the plot, but I did feel like it was just so cliche. Like, there's so many shows and movies where they always have those things where like the girls like or the main character is like a loser and then they like get in with the popular crowd and then they ditch their old friends
Oh yeah, it
and like
wasn't original at all. Like I didn't think it was a like breathtaking plot, but I
mhm,
felt like it
it was
had more
better
structure and
than
Barbie learned something and it wasn't just about a treasure hunt, which
that
was
is
getting
true.
really frustrating after the last 3. I feel like maybe if it had
You're
come
right.
after a different one, like maybe if it had come after like Rapunzel or something like that, I would have scored it lower because those ones
Mhm.
also have plots that are different than just like go and find the thing. But
What's the highest plot we've given?
highest plot is a tie between Nutcracker and Princess and the Pauper.
Which is 6?
7.
7.
We both
Oh,
gave Princess and the Pauper 7s, and I gave the Nutcracker a 7, but you gave it a
okay.
4. So,
I'll give. I think you're right. I think I agree with you. I'll give this movie a 5,
okay, cool.
just because you're right that they had more of a vision, I guess, for the plot. Like
Yeah.
they did. It had like a what do you call that? The plot curve thing.
Yeah, yeah,
With like.
it had the real like arc of like, the real act structure of like act 1 introducing everything, act 2
Mhm,
um one problem is surmounted, but then at the end of act 2 there's like a new problem and then third act is surmounting that and then happy ending. I think that's how
mhm.
it goes, but I'm not positive. I haven't taken like a screen class in a very
Oh, I
long
took
time.
a screenwriting class, but I don't remember a lot of it. It's like the the 3-act structure kind of varies, I think, though. But
Yeah.
I think they want people like they want most movies to adhere to it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I did think like these like a lot of the Barbie movies do have that plot, where they go on a journey and they have to like do all these tasks and stuff.
Mhm.
And I just feel like there's not too much like I guess thought into the plot beats of the story,
Yeah.
They're just like kind of doing random stuff and then it kind of comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go with 5.
Okay, cool. Next characters. I said 6 because I felt like
Ooh.
everyone had a different like special personality. They were all different. They were none of them were like just like clones. They all had different wants, they all had different needs, and they actually stood up for what they believed in. So they actually followed those wants and needs.
I'll go with 5.
Okay.
I think I agree with you, but I did feel like I guess with this movie so short, so it's kind of hard for the other characters to really like display
Yeah.
what they want, because like I feel like Tia's like dream of being class president and stuff was like so
Glossed
kind of
over.
brushed over. Yeah,
Yeah.
that like we didn't really understand. Like I was like, what, why would like a girl who's in a band want to be like class president? I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe I guess someone would, but then like also I feel like Courtney, they were like, oh, I don't know, let's just make her want to be a drummer. Like she didn't
Yeah.
really get a real dream
Yeah.
like Barbie
Yeah.
and stuff.
I believe. I
So
agree is what I meant to say, not I believe.
they're like, I believe. And
Mhm.
like I guess Dawn, Reagan, and Raquel were kind of like, I mean, they were just really shallow, but I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if they're necessarily bad characters.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind of hard to tell.
they also had their feelings hurt and stuff like that. Like it wasn't they didn't feel super two-dimensional, you know?
I felt like Raquel was, maybe I'll say that in the
Oh yeah.
villain though.
Yeah. Raquel was pretty two-dimensional. I felt like her friends seemed to have like a little bit more
Yeah.
going with them. Like they had a little bit more like going on, but
Yeah, well, I think like her friends, they were like willing to accept Barbie and stuff. And like it
mhm.
wasn't like they only liked Barbie because she like gave them the highlighter lip
Yeah.
lipsticks. Like they did like hanging out with her and stuff. And but like
Yeah.
it's just that I do think it's kind of realistic though that they twisted what she said into like gossip, because I do feel like some people are kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, it's like pretty middle of the road for me. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just don't,
All
I
right.
guess in these movies, I don't know what a 10 out of 10 character would be, you know?
Yeah. Me neither. Maybe we'll find out in the later movies.
And like Barbie, I remember in the last episode I was saying how boring Barbie was
Yeah.
um in Mermaidia. So I do feel like she had a little bit more of a personality in this movie. Like
Oh
her
yeah, for
wanting
sure.
her wanting to be a journalist was pretty interesting, I thought.
Yeah. All right. Let's do art. I haven't written one down yet for this one because I was having a lot of trouble deciding. Just because it's so different from the
Yeah, it's so
style of the
different.
models that it's like
Okay,
harder to.
for me, I thought the hair on the characters was kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do you like the hair animation that's more like individual strands, or like when their hair is more like a block kind of?
I feel like I like. Okay, this is hard because I do like the individual strands um, with like, Brave and like that kind of stuff. But for some reason, like imagining the Barbie characters with that feels really weird, you know?
Well, it's kind of, I feel like Barbie's hair was kind of like that in this movie though.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like if you have a low budget, you can't really do like realistic hair.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like, I mean, I thought their faces were all right.
Yeah, I liked the models' faces better, but I feel like overall it was just not great. It wasn't a vibe.
I just thought the boys looked really bad, and like the scenery kind of was not that great. Like the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the backgrounds were
Um,
rough.
which is, I thought was also interesting because this is like the first one, where they're like in, they're just in a high school, so like
Yeah.
there's not like a magical kingdom or whatever.
Yeah. They didn't have to do like a pink castle for once.
I wonder like if they, when I was watching this, I was wondering like, do you think they used a different animation studio, or do you think they just used like different models from the same studio?
I don't know. I feel like they just reused models.
Okay, I looked up the Barbie Diaries screenshots.
Hmm.
I don't know how I feel about her.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Ugh.
Um, I don't know though, cause oh, you're right. The Barbie Diaries like movie poster,
It
they
looks
look
so
like
different.
they look like completely different. Like this is a different movie.
Oh
Like
yeah, no.
Barbie's hair is totally different. Like Tia and Courtney look like a lot more.
Fleshed out.
They just look more like Barbie's hair looks pretty good in this one. Um, yeah, I'm gonna say Ooh, I just don't know what to say. In the last movie, I said 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say 3
Okay.
because
You know what? I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm going to say 3
I
also.
like the female characters' designs to an extent, but I don't really like the male characters, and I thought the backgrounds just looked kind of bad. But like,
The men were trash.
you should like if whoever's listening to this, please look up what Todd looked like because he just looked really like boxy and like they didn't spend any time on him.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Oh
And
my
like
gosh, is that
half the
Kevin?
time I can't tell if like I'm just watching like a low quality version
Yeah.
or if it's really that bad, but then it's always actually that bad. Like I double check.
No, I think it just seemed low, like probably definition dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Um,
my god, my roommates are talking so loud right now. I'm just really hoping you can't pick this up on the mic.
um,
Like, why do you have to be standing in the hallway right now? I love you guys so much. Please just scoot.
did I say 3 for art?
Yeah, we both said 3.
Okay. What about villain? What do you think
Villain.
about Raquel?
I'm saying 2. She was bad.
She
I
was.
didn't enjoy it. I just don't like the high school popular girl villain. Like, that is just my least favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
You
2
know?
also. Just because I was kind
Okay.
of hoping that she would get like
A
redeemed.
redemption
Yeah.
or something.
Or
Like,
like
because they used to be friends. Why not, like,
her and Barbie would like
mention
become
that? Or,
friends
like,
at the
do
end.
something with that.
But like it seemed like all she cared about was like Todd. You know, that's like
Yeah.
what drove every like decision.
Yeah.
Like she was like, "Oh, I want Todd back, so I'm gonna bully Barbie." Like, I don't want them to get together, so I'm gonna bully Barbie. Like, what does she
Yeah.
even care about like Barbie for? You know, besides Todd.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess just because she's mean, which seems like a really bad character choice. So
And like
bad villain.
her on the net or the as a TV anchor, you know, when she was just making Barbie do all of her stuff, like
Yeah,
it was just very like, you know,
petty.
unnecessarily rude.
Mm-hmm. That's Raquel. Okay, Raquel in Barbie Life in the Dream House is way more fun. I'm just gonna say that.
Is she
She's like fun mean. She's like enjoyable to plot with. Because she always loses, which kind of makes her the underdog.
oh. It's interesting that they have like so Raquel's the name of like Barbie's villain all the time.
I guess so. Maybe it's just the name of another doll, but it doesn't sell as well, so they just made her the villain.
It's like it's weird because like um I guess I don't really know how Barbie is because like you know with the My Scene doll line they had like the 5 girls and then every doll line would just have those 5. But
Mm-hmm.
like with I guess Barbie has some friends that they always probably make dolls of, right?
Yeah. Tia is the name of a doll in Dream House.
Maybe Courtney is too.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the other one's names. One is Summer, and then there's Kelly also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's Skipper.
Yes.
Oh wait, I feel
also.
like I read some conspiracy about Skipper though, like Skipper's not really related to them or something. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because she's got like black hair, and everyone else has blonde hair.
Wait, is Skipper Kelly or is she the middle one?
She's the middle one.
Because don't they have a separate doll that's like in between Barbie and Kelly?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
And then they have
something
another
about
one also.
there's something about Skipper
Well,
that there's some conspiracy about her, but I don't really remember what it was about. I don't.
Logan's mad at me. He's like rush finishing the podcast. I'm like, you can't rush perfection or Barbie. Like, come on, dude. I'll meet you when I meet you. It's chill.
I'm sorry, keeping you from your plans.
No, it's fine. I can't believe we're gonna be another 2-hour podcast though. Like for an hour movie. How are we talking this much?
No, this one's gonna be shorter, right? Oh shoot, it's not. Because
All right.
I was re-uploading all the episodes and like I was like the first one was like 30 minutes and the second one was like 40 minutes and stuff and I was like, oh shoot. Now they're like 2
I think the
hours.
I think the problem is that since you and I don't see each other anymore, it takes like we just want to chat, like because we want to catch up. So now it's
Yeah.
also the Felicia and Sarah catch up podcast, but also Barbie Cinematic Universe podcast. All right, let's go through dialogue. Let's do this. We got it.
Oh yeah, I was kind of gonna say
we
like
can do it in under 2 hours. We got this.
I thought the dialogue in this movie was kind of funny, but I don't know like how high I should go. Like is 6 too high?
No, 6 is what you did for Magic of the Pegasus. So
Really?
yeah,
I don't remember liking the dialogue in that movie that much, but okay.
yeah, yeah. I think 6 is good also.
Cuz
Two sixes, sir.
I really liked the way to throw off the curve Barbie. Also, I do like when Tia
Yeah.
said, "I do wash my jeans every day." It's just so
Honestly,
like
there were a lot of gems in this movie. Not gonna lie.
it's just so over the
Way
top.
to throw off the curve, Barbie. Like, beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like
And
some
lastly,
of the stuff that they said. I'm just sorry if I'm taking too
no,
long.
you're good.
Um
No, it's fine. Let's do it.
like it
We
is kind
can't
of
rush.
stupid. Like I feel like in a lot of these movies, you know, they have that recurring thing, like how Kevin always said, like that's what you love about me. But like it was kind of cute at the
Yeah.
end when she said it back to him. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know, very cliche,
It
but
was
it was still
cute.
kind of
No,
cute.
I agree.
Oh, romance. That's the category I'm forgetting.
Yes, no, that's what I was about to say. Lastly, romance.
Oh, this is a hard one
Yeah.
because like I told you in the last movie that I like the childhood friends situation,
Mm-hmm.
but do I like Kevin? Is he good enough for Barbie? Is he kind of weird? Is he
No,
kind of
he's kind of weird. He's kind of pervy because he's filming cheerleaders at practice. Weird. Um, and he obviously has no scruples about showing people's private conversations, like, which like is another weird thing that Barbie did. But lastly, they just don't have any chemistry. I said this at the beginning of the podcast, and I'm sticking by it. It doesn't. The way they talk just feels like friends to me.
you're
It doesn't feel like there's any tension. They just feel like and then at the end when they're having their like movie
mhm.
night, they're just sitting in the same positions they were sitting on for their first movie night. It's not like they're like holding hands or snuggling. Like
I guess it's
she held hands with Todd. Like it's not like they can't animate holding hands.
but I just think like I was like why didn't they kiss at the dance? But maybe like a kiss is too far. I don't know.
You know, they have
Actually, I
they've
feel like they
had
kiss in the other Barbie
like
movies,
other
right?
Barbie movies kiss. Yeah. Uh-huh. They
Maybe
definitely
they didn't
kiss
want to.
in Swan Lake.
Maybe like in this movie though, they were like since it's a real life setting, they don't want to like encourage kissing. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no. No, I don't.
Well,
I'm not laughing
I
at
was
you.
like, I told you I was watching Victorious, right? And I was reading a lot of comments. Wait, did you ever
Yes.
watch it?
No.
Oh well,
Sorry.
it was on Nickelodeon. And
That was still during the time when I didn't have any cable,
wait,
so
do you have Netflix? You
yes, I
should
do.
watch it and tell me what you think. Because
Okay.
this show, I hate to say this because it's really sad, but back in the day when I was in middle school,
Hmm.
I had a Tumblr that was dedicated to this show, Victorious.
Oh my god, I love it. I love the tea.
It's very embarrassing, but now that it's come back, I feel like it's like whatever. Also, it's been enough years that I don't feel as embarrassed about it. But like back in middle school, I was like, "What? I don't have a Tumblr. I don't know. I don't know what that is."
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I feel.
um,
Um okay.
but
For romance, I'm rating it a 4. And I'm sticking by
oh,
that.
I was just gonna say that in Disney Channel shows, people always say that they don't kiss, but in Nickelodeon shows, they feel like they kiss a lot, and like in Victorious, you know, compared to like I don't know what a good Disney Channel show is. I didn't really watch like the
I don't know either.
olden ones. Like I know Hannah Montana and stuff, but I didn't really watch those that much. But I don't know, maybe they didn't have
Yeah.
that much kissing
I
in
think
those
Sweet
shows.
Life of Zack and Cody was one also.
Yeah, I watched that one. That one I feel like, I don't know. I was actually just thinking about Sweet Life of Zack and Cody today. That's I was like trying to remember. I was gonna look this up because I was like, why did they live in a hotel? I was gonna look it up today, but I forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay, cool. Well, text me the answer.
I think it's because their mom worked there.
Okay.
So they let them live there.
I think so too.
Okay. What's the highest romance we've given?
The highest is an 8. The lowest is a 4.
Oh wow.
So I'm just giving it the same lowest score.
I'm gonna say 5.
Okay.
I do like the childhood friend situation. And at least I feel like their movie night's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of jealous of them that they have this movie night tradition.
Yeah, it is cute.
Are you gonna do the
1 second. Let me
calculations?
just add all this up. Yep. Plus 5. Plus
I'm pretty sure
5.
that the next
Plus
movie
6.
is The 12 Princesses.
3. Yes, I looked it up before and
Which
it
is
is.
actually
5 plus
one of
4.
my probably top ones from when I was a kid, so
Yay, I'm excited to see one that you like. Okay. Final score is 4.33, repeating, out of 10.
okay.
So that puts it above Mermaidia but below Magic of the Pegasus.
Oh, I thought we rated Mermaidia pretty high. I don't remember though.
We rated it 4.25.
Well, like overall, do you feel like this is a better movie than Mermaidia?
You know what? Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it made me feel more emotions than Mermaidia did, which I think is why I wanted to talk about it so bad. Was just that if I had been sitting next to you while we were watching it, I would have been chill.
Mm-hmm.
But just having to watch it on my own, I was like, oh my god, I need to talk about this right now, but I have to hold it all in until I talk to Felicia. Ugh. So I don't think I actually really like, I was texting you like I need to scream about this movie. I think it was just like I actually like was remembering high school and that's what I needed to scream about. My god.
This
That's
gave you high
growth.
school flashbacks.
Yes.
But like I do feel like the last couple movies have kind of been like a low, because like I feel like we started off pretty good, and
Yeah,
then like Princess and the Pauper was like the best one, and then
obviously.
like the last three have been like kind of like they've been going in a slump kind of, and then maybe like this one they're gonna start picking back up because this is pretty
Yeah.
middle
Yeah, this was a
middle
middling
quality
one.
for me.
Yeah.
But like I hope the next couple ones are good because like
Yeah.
I don't know, Mermaidia and Fairytopia, and what's the
Oof.
one before Fairytopia?
Um Princess and the Pauper was before Fairytopia. So it was Princess and the Pauper, Fairytopia, Magic of the
Oh, what's
Pegasus,
after
Mermaidia.
Fairytopia?
Magic of the Pegasus.
Oh, Magic of the Pegasus. Yeah, I thought Magic of the Pegasus, even though it was a fantasy one, I just didn't really know if I liked that one that much either.
It was a lot of go and find it,
I don't
which
know.
is my least favorite kind of like story.
Yeah.
It's just those
And like
scavenger
Mermaidia,
hunt
I
ones.
liked a little more than Fairytopia,
Yeah.
but that's
But
like
I
what a
think that's
lot of
because
fantasy
it
movies
had
are
a
like, though, if you think
you
about
know
it.
you know what I realized I really liked about Mermaidia, after having like a week to think about it. I liked that there was another like human companion to Barbie. I like that she had somebody to
Yeah.
like talk to and who could talk back, but like
Yeah.
was not a
Yeah.
horse.
Definitely. Because like
Yeah.
in the first Fairytopia, she just had like Bibble, right? And
Yeah. She
it was
had
just like,
Dandelion, but Dandelion had to go back home, Like
yeah.
it was all about the power of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But then she didn't get to see any friends. Weird.
Yeah, I mean, like Barbie has allies in these movies, but like I think it's more interesting when she travels with them, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
I guess kind of like with in Magic of the Pegasus when she met that guy,
Yeah.
Aiden, right? When they were
Mhm.
traveling together, that was kind of the more interesting part of the movie, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And then when she had her sister, because then she had another
Mhm.
person to talk to
Yeah.
who
And
wasn't a
like
horse for half of it.
yeah. I don't okay, well, the 12 Dancing Princesses is the next one. And this
There's
one's
lots of
about
humans
like
in that. It's exciting.
there's I don't think there's any magical creatures if I remember correctly.
Hell yes.
But there's a lot of this is more about like the power of sisters, sisterhood.
Oh, cool. I'm down for
Cuz
that.
cuz all the characters are sisters. You know what? I
Hell
might watch
yeah.
it tonight actually cuz I'm I want to procrastinate for my homework.
Okay.
And
Well, maybe
now I'm
I'll watch
thinking
it
about Barbie
tomorrow night
movies.
then. Because I have to go. I have to get dressed because I'm in my jammies because I put my pajamas on after I showered and then I called you. Um, and I am required to go to a bar. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off now if that's okay with you.
Mhm.
I love you bunches. Um, you're just like me.
I'm just like you.